So the first step is you're going to need a 12 by 12 sheet of paper. So the 12 by 12 is going to be enough, like one 12 by 12 is going to be enough for one holder of like a half a dozen, and then it is enough also for the for the double one. So because for the 6-piece cup, the confetti cups, you're going to need an 8 by 12, and then for the double holder you're going to need a 4 by 12. So let's do that right now so you can see that you don't need a lot of paper at all for this project. So that's your 8 by 12. I'm just cutting it, and this is your 4 by 12. We're just cutting it right now. So that's it. That's all the cutting you're going to need, and you have this left over for your stamp sentiments if you wanted to. Next, you're going to get your scoreboard. I'm just going to go through this with you together, so that we can, you know, slowly kind of do it together. Anyway, so this is your 12-inch mark, and this is your 8-inch mark. So at the 12-inch mark, you're going to score at 1 inch. You're going to score at 2 3/8. So 1, 2, 3. You're going to score at 3 3/8. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then you score at 6. You turn and do the exact same thing. So 1 inch, 2 3/8, 3 3/8. And then you already have a score mark for 6 inches. So that's what you need, right? And then at the 8-inch mark, you're going to score at 1 inch on both sides. Right there, and then you twist it. So that's your score marks right there. So I'm gonna burnish it. So when I come back, I'm gonna burnish everything, and then I'm also gonna be getting my decorative pieces. So if I were you, I would get that ready to go, and I suggest that you get it and put it before you assemble, because it's easier to assemble it flat than assembling it when it's already like 3D. But this is what it's going to look like ultimately right there. Okay, next, so after you've scored that, this one you're going to score also on the sides. Okay, let me just show you, and then let me just show you how to cut it, just so it doesn't take long at all if you just want it plain, but obviously we want it to be super fabulous. I'm going to move you a little bit closer so that you can see where I'm cutting. Okay, so this, I know it's a little bit close, but this is your score mark right here up top. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so this is your 1 inch score mark, 2 3/8, 3 3/8, and your 6 inch. So what I need for you to do is I need for you to cut from your 3/8 inch, make a snip to here, to that score mark right there. Can you see the score mark? Yes. So we're going to cut that because that's going to be our side panel. See right there? That's going to be our side panel. And then you do the same thing on that side. You're going to do it on both sides. Okay. So it's good to do this now, just so you have that all squared away. Okay. Next, I'm going to move you a little bit further away because it's too close. I just wanted to show you because it's easier for you to see where I'm cutting. Okay. Let me fix my camera. Okay, I think I lost the video clip of me snipping this, but all I did was I snipped this one. I folded it, and then I snipped these corners, so it's gonna look like this one. You see what I mean? I just cut a snip from both sides. So keep the integrity of this. You fold it, and then you put a slit mark on both sides. And then do that for all 4 corners. So now we're updated. The next part is, I suggest that either you use a paper trimmer or any kind of tool or a die that would allow you, or a punch for that matter, that would allow you to to cut something like this as a holder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover, and I'm going to put my decorative pieces first, and then I'm going to punch a hole or put a hole on here as our holder for our carrier. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, so what I did is I just put this one just pattern paper on the inside, so when we hold it, it looks really, really pretty. I'm thinking I'm gonna be putting, I think that's too small. I'm gonna use this die to kind of make sure that I have a holder, but I want to do it on the other side too, but I know it's not going to penetrate 4 sheets of paper. So what I'm going to do, I've already glued this here. I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to put this, the back portion of that, just so I know, because it's going to be the opposite. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to make it as center as I can, let's say, without measuring. And then I'm going to try to do that. I think it's going to be better to have it go through the trimmer like this. I hope it works. I know it's an overkill, but I want to make sure that it does go through. So let's see if it works. Okay, I'll be back. BRB. All right, so it went through this sheet, but it didn't go through the third one, which is a 110-pound cardstock. So what I'm trying to do is I'm just gonna cut it, which is okay. It's not a big deal. And it's just one time anyways, because I know, oh, so it's good. I was able to cut some, like half of it. So I'm just cutting it. No big deal. And I know that this is symmetrical to this. I know that it is. So when I cut it, hopefully that's how it's gonna work. But let me see. Yep. Yeah, turning it over is the right decision. Definitely. So that's good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this and cut this side. If you had a puncher, it would be better. If you had a square puncher, I just don't have, you know, like the dog tag puncher from Stampin' Up, that would have been better. But I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go through the same exact thing. I'll be back. Okay, so now we've cut it. Now let's see if it works. It works. So you really have to turn it over. So that's my tip for you today. That's super important. You really have to turn it over. And then if you want to put additional stitching, you can. Not sure if I want to do that, but it's so much cuter. Okay, let me add some stitching. Okay, I think the stitching really helps. It's all wonky, but it's still fine. It looks so much better with the stitching, and I'm very happy with it. Okay, so this is an important piece of the puzzle. If you have intentions of using the bag topper from KS Crafts, don't do this. And when you close it, you close this with this portion closed. Because since you're going to be using the bag topper, you're going to add it onto here, and you just need this side clean and ready. And so we're using the flaps to make it a little bit thicker and more stable. However, since we're going to be using this and we're not going to be using the KS Crafts bag topper die, we are just going to be doing the regular thing. So right now what we're doing is we're going to be adding these. I also put some stitching right there, and I think it just adds so much to the project. If you add stitching, it makes it, for me, you don't, it's obviously not mandatory. The project is going to be amazing regardless. It's going to be a confetti carrier that's going to be super fabulous, and your recipient will love it forever. However, I just love it to have stitching. I feel like it's so pretty, and it's just so special. And so I'm going to be doing that just really quick. Just gluing it. All that. So cute. So cute. And then right there. I think it's so pretty. And then now you can glue this together. Now that you have everything in place, it's good to always have a hot glue gun. Always. And I will glue this portion as well. So you do that. Okay, So now that that's glued, now we go to our side panels. So our side panels are going to close like this. I suggest that you glue this first because this is going to be your marker. You glue your intact side and make sure that it's symmetrical just like that. And you close it just like that. I'm not concerned about this side too much because I know I'm going to be covering it with a decorative piece. However, that's how I'm covering it. However, if you are not going to decorate it with a decorative piece, I suggest that you glue this to here. Okay, so here's how you should be doing it if you're not putting a decorative layer in it. So you put this here just so it's symmetrical, and then you close it with this side just like that. Just, you see, because if you're not going to do the decorative piece compared to this, I hope that makes sense. So let's do that again. Let me glue this front tab. Okay, just like that. And then you close it up with your side panel. But I'm doing this one, so that's why I don't think it's a big deal for me at this point to make it all pretty. This is the ugly part, this is the pretty part. So you can decide depending on what strategy. Oh my gosh, I glued this to itself. Okay, so don't do this part because look, I glued it and I included this part. So let's do that again. Again, it's not a big deal because I'm doing a decorative part. You can see all my boo-boos because that happens, you know. So I'm glad that it's happening on camera so it doesn't have to happen to you, because I want you to learn from the mistakes that I am doing so it doesn't happen to your project. Certain things are a big deal if you make a mistake, but this one is not, definitely. So we're just leisurely gluing them and putting the decorative sewn decorative corners. So cute. I got this prototype paper from this pink one from Hobby Lobby. Oh, not Hobby Lobby, but Tuesday Morning. I'm so grateful that Hobby Lobby has the prototype papers because it makes a huge difference. I don't have to use so much of my collections. I can kind of, you know, efficiently use my resources. So this is what we have so far. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. So just imagine if you want to add your confetti cocktails just right there. So cute. I don't have a lot because I sent them to my friend Carmen. And so yes, so this is what it looks like. You need 6 of this one. Absolutely so cute. Now we're gonna tackle the smaller one, which is for 2 cups. So you're gonna get your 4 by 12 inch paper, and you're gonna get your scoring tool, and then you're going to score at the 4 inch side. You're just going to score it at 1 inch. You turn it around and you score at 1 inch again. And then at your 12 inch mark, you score at 1. You score at 2 3/4. You score at 3 3/4. And you score at 6. Same concept as before. 1 inch, 2 3/4, and 3 3/4. And there's already an existing. The construction is absolutely the same. So the same, just like this. So I suggest that you burnish your score marks. That's super important. Burnish. And again, the decorative pieces that I added earlier, those are all optional. You can use straight up a sheet of paper, like a sheet of printed paper if you want to. That's absolutely fine as well. But the basic instruction is this one. For this one, we're going to do the same construction. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to cut this side. From here to here, like what we did earlier. From here to here, like what we did earlier. Right there. First step. Next step, you cut this side panel. Again, you have to keep this intact. So you cut that. Do the same thing. And then if you wanted to decorate, you can before you assemble them. That's the best part. That's the best time to decorate these portions, is when it's still flat, because it's so much easier to attach them and less mistakes. So as you notice, I'm keeping these tabs intact because that's going to be your side panel. Okay, so having that motion of flipping it down ensures that that portion is safe and it's not, you're not using it and cutting slits from it. Look how cute that is. Okay, so this part you don't have to necessarily use like a die. What I used here is the original part. When I created the original prototype, I used a die right here. Okay, but you don't have to. I think it's a little bit too big for me. Yeah, I used this guy right here. It's a little bit too big for me for my comfort. I think if you had a rectangular or an oval shaped puncher, that would have been super perfect. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to use my 1 inch. 1 inch circle punch is good enough for me. So make sure that your distance from here and here is symmetrical. Okay. It's going to be a little tough. I'm just putting it all here, symmetrical on both sides. So much easier to do that. I'm just doing the basic instruction this time. I'm not doing like bells and whistles or anything, okay? So we're going to assemble it. I'm not going to put a decorative element this time. I'm just going to do the basic construction. Okay, next, using the score mark as guide, you do that. Use the score mark as your guide, because that's why it was there to begin with. It's supposed to be your guide. Okay, right there. Use your score mark as your guide. Okay, and then fold your flap onto itself. Do the same thing for here. You put the glue here. And then, you see? Wow. Looks really good. I like this. I love this paper so much. Because it was like, it's kind of pearlescent, iridescent on one side and it's matte on the other side. It's beautiful. So don't forget you put the glue here. Because you want this on the inside. Oh, that's hot. Okay. Right, we are getting there. Last bit. Okay. This is the last part. This is 1 3/4. So you add 1 3/4 plus 1 3/4. It's going to be 3 1/2. So if you want to cover this, this is 3 1/2. I think it looks marvelous. That's what it looks like. So if you try it on, look at that. That's the carrier right there. So this part has leeway for some embellished decorations. That is so cute. Oh my gosh, I think we're done. So this is what we made. I'm going to show you. Let me embellish it and I'll come back. Okay guys, we are done with, I've decorated this one very simply. Let me move you up a little bit. I've decorated a little simply. And look what we have here. We have some stamped images. And then I just put this sentiment, let it rain confetti. I thought that was super appropriate since we're going to be putting like a confetti cocktail up top in here. So this is what it's going to look like. I'm going to fill this, but I put a variety of things in there. Like these are punch flowers. And this is a confetti cup with erasers. So you can do whatever you feel like doing. And then this is what the other one looks like. It says, get up, dress up, show up, but never give up. And then this is a stamped image of a typewriter using the Love Notes collection stamped image. I think this is so beautiful. And you can dress it up however you prefer. And this one is the double container. I just jazzed it up with a lot of stamped images. I thought that was super cute, just layering it up. And this one has a sentiment. It says, today is a good day to have a good day. And then this one is on this side. And then this says, every day is a new beginning. So I thought that was super, super cute and jazzed up. And this is where you hold it. Just punched this one. I think punching it would be the easiest possible way to do it. And then this one is another version. This one I used the Dear Lazy collection. So, so cute. Love this collection. And I put some butterflies on here. This just simply decorated. And then the butterflies in the back as well. And this is simply decorated. And it's going to look like, it's going to look the same. It's just a different vibe compared to the Love Notes and the Made with Love collection. But I think it's going to be still fabulous. It's the same size. But look how cute are. I love the butterflies. Let's put it in the front. So the butterflies are just layered right there, stapled together. And I love that it moves like this. The mommy butterfly and the baby butterfly just hanging out on the side. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. And for this one, for this handle, I just used a punch. I just used this 1.5 square punch. And I just punched away. And it looks marvelous. You don't have to die cut. Or you can just use like this one. So much simpler. You don't have to measure. I did a complicated version when I did that, when I did this part. So I think the puncher would be an easier option. But I hope you like this tutorial, you guys. Don't forget to tag me if you're going to recreate this one. I would love, love, love to see your version. I would love to see like a Christmas one with this one, or Halloween, or Disney in September. That'd be so adorable. Well, let me know what you think down below. I absolutely appreciate you guys watching my tutorial. Thank you so much for being so patient and patiently waiting for this. Absolutely appreciate it. Love the butterflies so much. I hope you had a wonderful time, and take care, you guys. This is Christian signing off. Have a wonderful crafty day. Oopsies. Right, that's what it looks like. I just want to show you. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Toodles.